Sit down and strap in because you're about to experience driving television.
Welcome to Driving Television. I'm Zach Spencer.
And I'm Lacey Elliott. On today's show, Zach and I are going to be driving cars that are red.
Yeah, this is the new Honda Fit, and it has all kinds of utility.
And this is the XC90. It's got tons of utility.
Back seats fold down on this.
Back seats fold down on this too.
This one's red.
This one's red too.
This one costs just under $15,000.
This one costs just under $50,000.
Who's seeing red now?
This is Driving Television with your hosts, Zach Spencer and Lacey Elliott. Also on today's show, this week's used car report, the Ford Fusion, and Zach just can't get enough of Porsche, and this refreshed Carrera is a keeper. Driving Television is brought to you by driving.ca.
The Honda Fit has long been one of our favorite vehicles on Driving Television. In fact, it won our Subcompact Challenge a few years ago.
This is the new Honda Fit, taking one of the best cars on the road, and for 2009, they're making it even better.
Why do we like the Honda Fit so much? It has a small, efficient shape, but it feels so big on the inside.
For 2009, Honda took a winner and made a number of improvements, including adding to the cute dimensions. The new Fit is slightly longer, wider, and taller, but the small adjustments don't detract from the easy-to-use size. The design is more streamlined with larger headlights, larger side mirrors, and larger front quarter windows.
Check out this back door. It opens to a full 80 degrees. That's new for this generation of Honda Fit. It allows easier access for people, and I'll show you in just a second, getting cargo in the back. Now, speaking of getting cargo in, open up the lift gate here, and the load height is being lowered. The bottom here is now lower, making it easier to get things into the back.
For those of you that don't know how unique the Fit is on the inside, have a look and we'll show you exactly what makes this car so special. Instead of the gas tank being under the cargo floor, Honda moved it under the front seats, allowing the floor of the cargo area to be dropped. So when the rear seats are folded, it kind of has the feel of a minivan.
Now, we've already shown you how massive the cargo space is in here, as we mentioned, kind of like a minivan when the seats are down. And you put the back seats up with one flick like this. Put this one up here. Now, Honda calls this seat a magic seat. Doesn't look very special. Watch this. Lift the seat bottom up. Pull the bar down, locks the seat in place. Pull the second seat up, lock the bar down, that seat stays in place. You've got this great cargo area here. You can slide things in from the side. I kind of like this idea for maybe putting a pet here, put a blanket, they can sleep in here. You want to put the seats down? 1, 2. It is magic. The added dimensions of the interior give the rear passengers extra legroom and headroom. And now the back seat can be folded without having to slide the front seats forward.
And the madness carries on. You've got cuppa bottle holders in the center console, the dash, the door, even in the back. The glove box splits, so you've got tons of space up front here. And if you get the higher trim levels, you even get an armrest. New for 2009 is the addition of some great comfort and convenience features, including standard tilt and telescopic steering, dead pedal, fuel consumption indicator, vanity mirrors, auxiliary jack, and available USB audio interface.
You know what? The interior of this car definitely has a nice look to it, considering it's an inexpensive subcompact. The materials they've used, even though they're hard plastics, you kind of have to forgive them for the price. But I like the way that they have the instruments behind the steering wheel, and the center here is very traditional. It's funky looking, but traditional. Unlike, say, the Toyota Yaris that has everything in the center of the dash, this just works better because it's tried and true. You think you can tell that we like this car?
In the past, if you bought an inexpensive subcompact car, it usually meant that it was gutless. But this is not the case at all with this new Honda Fit. In fact, it's got more power than the last generation Honda Civic. The small 1.5-liter engine produces a healthy 117 horsepower. That's 8 more than the outgoing model. And it's matched to either a 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic. There are 3 trim levels to choose from, the LX, DX, and Sport, and all 3 of them have the same engine. But the DX comes with 15-inch covered wheels, the LX comes with 15-inch alloy wheels that kind of look like the Honda Civic Hybrid, and then the Sport model gets 16-inch alloys. When I compare this new Honda Fit to other vehicles like the Wave, Matrix, and Yaris, one thing that really stands out is just how much more fun and peppy this car is, and I would definitely get the 5-speed manual.
One of the things the first Fit did was set the bar to a new level when it came to standard safety features. Front, side, and curtain airbags have always been standard, as is ABS, but now the Fit has active head restraints for the driver and front passenger. Plus, the structure of the Fit has been designed to absorb even more energy in case of an impact. Not only that, but the body is actually very rigid, so when you bolt on all the suspension components, it actually provides quite a rigid platform and gives good driving dynamics back to the driver. It actually handles very well, but they've dampened the suspension and the steering components so you don't get a lot of noise and vibration into the car. The loudest noise actually just comes from the engine. One of the main reasons people look at a vehicle like this is to save money on gas, and the Fit does a great job. It's rated at 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 5.5 liters on the highway. That works out to 39 miles per gallon in the city and 51 on the highway. I'm always suggesting the Honda Fit to people who are looking to get into a hybrid. The mileage is not that far off from a hybrid, plus a car like this can cost thousands and thousands of dollars less. Plus, this new engine is an ultra-low emissions vehicle, meeting the strictest new standards for vehicle engines. So you get a low emissions vehicle, a thrifty vehicle, and one that doesn't take much to run. It makes a great alternative to a hybrid, plus you get all the utility in here. You don't feel deprived when you're driving a Honda Fit.
The base price of the Fit is just under $15,000, and if you want to get the most expensive version, it's just about 20 grand. So that's some really great value. What do you think?
Well, I think it's the packaging, really, as we've already touched on, that's really unique about the Fit. It does everything so well. It can fit a whole family's needs in one tidy little car. Also, in the olden days, you got a subcompact car. It was absolutely gutless. This thing is zippy. It moves around town easily, even cruises down the highway with no problem. Lacey touched on the price. I think there's a lot of value there, and really this is the market leader. Everybody else in the subcompact class is just trying to catch up. Even cars that are bigger and more expensive. I've even put the Matrix up against this car, and it's probably even more functional. The only thing I don't like are the 5 pizza slice wheel covers, wheel thingies there in this LX. It's just hideous. I would never get those wheels. What do you think?
Well, I really like the new engine, like you mentioned. It's just very peppy and fun to drive. The new styling is really great too. It's still really small and compact, but a little bit sportier. The Magic seats are great. Now, we didn't touch on this, but because it's empty underneath the seat, it's a perfect place if you're sitting back there to put your purse, or if you're a student, you can throw your backpack under there. So the space is just very, very usable. And with such a small car, the fuel economy is fantastic. On the downside, I've got nothing to say. I have to be honest, if we did our compact comparison all over again, I have a feeling that this new Honda Fit would win hands down again. Though I do have to agree with Zach. I love pizza, but not on this car like that.
You don't like a pepperoni? What's the matter for you, huh?
For complete specs, go to our website at drivingtelevision.com.